back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you what I have been making throughout May. I got 4 things sewn this month, but I can only show you 2 of them, and there was one thing that I didn't get finished this month, so I'll talk to you about that a little bit later in the video. It's been a couple of weeks since I put a video up on this channel. We had markets for Little Miss Lorraine last weekend, which went really well, but yeah, I just did not have time to film or even think about personal sewing. So I have been sewing up a storm for the last 2 or 3 days to get everything finished. I had 2 pattern tests this month, which is why I can't show you them yet. They will be coming out next week. So unfortunately, yeah, I'm just a little bit early with this video, but make sure you keep an eye out on the blog and social media for them. I'm really happy with them, yeah, but I just can't show you. So let's just jump into the video. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is my Sew My Style project for this month, which was the Basics pocket skirt from Calife. I was not really sure about this skirt. I spoke to you about it in my fabric video. It wasn't something that I would have usually picked. Like, I wouldn't have purchased this pattern if it wasn't a part of Sew My Style. And then I talked to you a little bit about the inspiration behind what I decided to go with, which was a bit of a mashup between the Calife skirt and the Bromby skirt from Megan Nielsen Patterns. Just a word of warning, I really apologise for the lighting, but it's really cold here today and we've had on and off rain all day, so the sun's sort of peeking through every now and again, so I apologise if the lighting in this video is a little bit weird. Anyway, so back to the skirt. So yeah, I was sort of planning on doing a bit of a mashup, which I have done, so I'll insert some footage here so you can see it. I'm still in 2 minds about this skirt. I think it looks really cute. I like what I'm wearing it with at the moment. I think it would definitely be a cute winter skirt, and I'm planning on making an Astoria next month, which I think will go really well with it. But I'm still not 100% sold on this pattern. Yeah, I made it out of a denim, which was a little bit heavier than what the pattern called for, so obviously it doesn't work quite as well. Well, I think it works okay out of this, but you know, it looks a little bit differently because it is a thicker fabric. As you can see, I made the pockets curved because I like the look of them better, and I'll have a little bit about how I did that. It's really simple, you just draw a line, but I'll have a little bit more about that over on the blog, which you can find the link for down below. The construction of this was really easy, but the instructions themselves were a little bit confusing. For something that is quite basic, there are a lot of words in the instructions and you really have to like read through it carefully to understand what they're saying. The bit that I do not like about this pattern is the waistband. The actual waistband bit's okay, but then the way you put the elastic in, and I know that there's been a heap of people who have had trouble installing the elastic in this. It took me ages to wrap my head around how you even did it, and then even when I was doing it, it was all didn't really make heaps of sense to me, and yeah, I don't love it with the elastic in there, so I think I would definitely make one of these again, but I think next time I would look at making a waistband that does not have any elastic in it. I'm not entirely sure why you need it, because the width of the waistband is too big. Like, it sits too big if you put it on, but I'm wondering if I could shorten the waistband to make it my waist width, so that next time I don't have to insert the elastic, because I don't know, it just doesn't give it quite the same feel, and it doesn't look quite as nice with tops tucked in, which is how I would wear it. I think it wouldn't really work with tops tucked out. In my personal opinion, that's just how I prefer to style mine. So yeah, like I said, I'm not 100% sold on this pattern, but I am really happy with how this version turned out, apart from the waistband. It looks fine. The other thing that I'm not 100% happy with is my exposed zip, which is something that I added into the pattern, and again, I'll explain over on the blog how I sort of did it in more depth, but I haven't sewn an exposed zip for a really long time. I always do invisible zips, and I was following a Megan Nielsen tutorial, which is the one that they show for the Bromby skirt, but it just didn't quite turn out that great. And also I was rushing to finish it this morning, so I just didn't have time to unpick it and really sit down and nut it out. So I'm a bit disappointed with how that turned out, but I don't think you would really notice anyway if you're not a sewer. And yeah, anyway, apart from that, I am really happy with it, and I will definitely make more, but there'll be things I'll be changing for next time. So the next thing I have to show you is actually something I didn't say I was going to make. So I mentioned about this in my fabric haul video that I did a couple of weeks ago. And I ended up just making this knit pencil skirt because it's so easy, and I really wanted something to wear with my Ella blouse while it was still semi-warm, well not warm, but you know, warm enough to get away with wearing the Ella blouse. So yeah, this is, I'll insert some footage here so you can see. So it is the knit pencil skirt from Mimi G, so it's a tutorial on her channel. So I actually ended up having to make two of these. The first one I made, although I've made this pattern twice before, I've used much thinner, stretchier fabric, and the fabric that I chose to use for this skirt is I think it was a double ponte actually, so although it does have a good amount of stretch in there, it's not as stretchy as the other fabrics I've used for this in the past. So the first one that I made actually turned out way too tight, and if you saw my Instagram stories, oh my god, it was so tight to get on, and it was just showed all of my bits that I don't want to show, and it was just, yeah, it wasn't great. So I ended up making another one and adding 2 inches onto the waist measurement. I mean, that turned out quite well. It's still not perfect, but it's fine. Most of the time I'll probably be wearing tops that are not tucked in, or if I do wear them tucked in, usually they're only like half tucked. If you saw my Me May May outfit for the Friday just gone, you will see that I tucked in an Isla top, but it's sort of half tucked to the front and then loose at the back. So I think that's probably how I'll wear things. It looked really cute with my Ella blouse, so I'm really happy with that. I love the colour, it's really soft and it is really comfortable to wear. So overall I really love this skirt, and it is like a half-an-hour make, and I did it all on my overlocker, so I'm really happy with that. So the other 2 things I made this month are actually my pattern testing patterns, so I can't show you them and I can't really talk about them yet, but they will be released later this week, and I'll have accompanying blog posts for both of them. The only thing I didn't get to finish this month was my Minetta dress. It was actually the first thing I started sewing at the beginning of the month, but it just did not happen. It just has not turned out. The top, I've sewn the top together and it's just big. Like, I don't know, it's the same pattern sizing and everything as what I did for my first one, but the sleeves, so I did 3/4 sleeves for this one, they're really baggy. It's a bit big here. It just doesn't look right. It's all wrong, and I'm not sure if that's because of the fabric, because it is a scuba, maybe it's a little bit too thick for it. I haven't had a chance to go back and look at it again because I sewed it on my overlocker, which I didn't do for my first one, but I was feeling a bit more confident with sewing on my overlocker this time, so I thought I'd give it a go. But now I have to unpick all of it. I think I'm just going to unpick all of it and start again, and I might tack it on my machine first before I overlock it, or I might not even bother overlocking it because scuba actually doesn't need to be overlocked. But yeah, anyway, I'm a bit disappointed about that one because I think it'll be really cute for winter. And it's such a pretty colour, but I just need to sit down and have a look at it and go through it all again. So hopefully I'll get that done next month. My McCall's pattern, like I said, it was always going to be the thing that if I didn't have time to sew this month, that would be on the back burner. But next week I'll have my June sewing plans. I cannot believe we're in June, which means I'm also really close to my 1 year YouTube anniversary. Sorry about the lighting, see, it's just gone really bad. Anyway, yeah, I'm really close to my 1 year on YouTube, which is really exciting. So I'm not sure if I'll make a special video or not to celebrate it, or just mention it at some point, but yeah, anyway. So next week I'll have my June sewing plans, which is mostly going to be a finishing off month, I think, because I hate having lots of projects on the go, and I've got quite a few things on the go at the minute. So yeah, make sure you watch out for that one. In the meantime, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!